Okay. Let's see. All right. Oh my gosh, it's reversed. I'm always going the wrong direction. Video may be a little choppy. We'll see how that's going. Let's see here. Just seeing if anyone pops up in the chat here. I know Morgan and Mike should be here. Let's see. But nonetheless, we're starting a new, very large adventure called Legendary Kingdoms. It looks like Morgan's here. Morgan's one of my MVPs, and Mike he's as well. Hey, there they are. Okay, and if anyone else shows up, great. Okay, this is a huge, sprawling world to travel around in. We do start a little bit on the rails, and then we will get rocking. If the chat can let me know if you can hear me okay. Again, video may be a little choppy, but that's kind of okay. And I always do say this caveat. Yes, I'm missing a tooth. This is an old sports injury. I do have a little denture thing I can put up while my implant is getting fixed, but I don't even care. I'm even tired of talking about it. Volume good, video a little choppy, but yeah, that's where we are. It's because probably of a little dice roller thing I'm going to try. Ooh, speaking of, I should give you guys the link for it. Let's see if I can give you this link where you can go into this room. I don't know if you have to register or not, but there you go. Try that link. Hopefully it sends. It may not send because sometimes chats don't like links popping up. Oh, there they go. That's a little dice roller that we have for Legendary Kingdoms, the Valley of Bones. This is, like I said, a sprawling game. It's multiple volumes. This is just book one. It's got something like 700 prompts. We'll have 4 characters to choose from. So that's why I've got my dream team with me. Just the 2 of them. That's all you need for your dreams. And we're going to try to pick our characters and do a little intro of the game. I've read the first 10 prompts just to see how I liked the writing, how I liked the feel of it. And I like it. If that link ends up being wonky, don't worry about it, guys. But we will, yeah, let's get going, man. This is only going to be a quick little episode. It looks like it kind of has this, kind of like gladiator-esque kind of feel to it, or maybe Middle Eastern. So I grabbed some music. Ooh, yeah. Okay, let's rock. Okay. Don't see anything in the chat, so I'm going to keep going. Oh, hi. I'm Avery, alone in the dark. Let's go. All right. So, Legendary Kingdoms, the Valley of Bones. And again, chat, let me know if the background music's too much. Link worked. Fantastic. So, I roll dice really poorly. We just did a Cthulhu adventure alone against the flames. And what I did was we made it to the end, and it was like kind of like the final roll. It was like the do or die moment for us. We had a 50% chance. I rolled a 99, which sounds good. It's not. That is a critical fail. So I roll really poorly, so I was getting a lot of flack from that in the chat, rightfully so. But I do. My dream was to be able to run these games and just play them with people, because there are a lot of really great solo RPGs out there, and I want to play them along with friends. So here we go. We're rocking. But let's get going. We're going to pick our characters out of 4. I intentionally did not read anything about them, and I'm just going to go over them, and then we will, as a group, anyone else who's viewing, feel free to chime in if you want. And let's see what we've got here. There's the city, book 1, like I said, and you can leave this book and jump into another book, do some stuff in that book, jump into another book. So is this sprawling world. Currently only 3 or 4 of the books are out, but we've got a lot to do in this. This is Legendary Kingdoms, book 1, Valley of the Bones, published by Spidermind Games. And this also, I do want to say, this is the sample version. I will buy the real one. It's like 15 bucks, but this is a sample they put out just to see how you like it, which is like the introductory. But this is still pretty packed full of a lot of stuff going on in here. This is a map of the world. I do have a map screen, which, but this is a map of the world. And this is like, if it's like 2 pages, we're currently like just now looking at the right side. And we are currently in this area of the map. You know what? I'll just go ahead and just do this just to show us, because it's, why not? Because I created the page for us. Here we go. So this is the world in black and white up above us. And the area, what this book is this Valley of Bones, which is kind of the southeast. Why was I thinking north? The southeast of the world. So we are somewhere in this Valley of Bones. This is called the Valley of Bones, where we currently are. So what we are going to do is we will probably be seeing a bunch of these names and stuff, and we can go back to this for reference. But that's where we are currently. So let's hop back to the book. And back in the Valley of Bones. So that's, again, where we are. And here we go. Here we go. Big bucks, big bucks. Blah, blah, blah. Adventure begins. Your party. Let's pick them. And again, I love this art. This reminds me, for some reason, of Dragonlance. The art from that. This looks very similar in that late first edition, second edition artwork. I get a big kick out of just the way that these look. So anyway, these are our characters. They do have stats. On the next page, I'm going to bring up all their stats and we can kind of look them all over. But the Mike says I see that. Oh, the Dragonlance thing. So these are our possible characters. We have Sir Jessica Dane. Here are her stats, and I can bring up actually, like, I have little like clip outs so we can compare much easier here in a second. So that's her fighting, blah 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 blah. But let's get her backstory. Who is Sir Jessica? Sir Jessica Dane is a firstborn knight of Royce. I don't want to go to the map, but Royce is a place. Her father, Baron Baldwin Dane, is an ambitious contender for the rulership of Longport Bay. Ooh, I think that's just to our west. I think that's what separates us from the other continent to our west. I think I do remember that. An important county. Okay, or maybe not. She is a powerful warrior of impeccable noble blood, but she has received little love or affection since the death of her mother when Jessica was a girl. She is due to inherit the barony, she may be good to have around, in preference to her younger brother, Ridley. Stupid Ridley. But he has clashed with her father in recent years, putting her inheritance in doubt. Sir Jessica hopes to become a rich and important woman in her own right before confronting her father at Fosterley Castle. Okay, pretty cool. She, from her stats, she's looking like a fighter, hence the fighting of 5. That's how many dice you would roll. If she has to make a fighting check, she would roll 5 6-sided dice. So not very stealthy, I guess, because she's probably in armor or something. She's pretty decent lore. I think 5 is kind of the max. She's mildly charismatic. Her survival skills are a little meh. The skills are pretty typical, standard. Like fighting is your fighting ability. Stealth, sneakiness. Lore is your knowledge of, you know, people, places, things, nouns, magic arts, maybe like that. Locations, geography, history. Survival is your ability to survive in the wilderness and fend for yourself. And the charisma is how charming you are and how you can, like, for better or worse. Then we have Lord Tiquan. Let's see if I can bring his little picture up here. Where was he at? There he is. Kadoink. Lord Tiquan. Let's figure out who he is. He's a spellcaster. I'll explain spells in a second. There are two possibilities for spellcasters. Lord Tiquan, I guess I say it, is a classically trained sorcerer from Drake Hollow. That's a good name. Thanks to his family's wealth, boy, we got some rich people, he has been able to learn his craft in the halls of Animus Mast, the premier academy for mages in the world. His knowledge is vast, learnt from library stacks and obscure scrolls, and his ambition is as great as his knowledge. Though at the beginning of his journey in the arts of magic, Tiquan shows great promise. I don't know how to say his name yet. He is handicapped somewhat by a lack of empathy, although his rich and regal voice makes up for his curtness. If he can find additional sums for more tutelage, he desires to return to Animus Mast to unlock yet greater secrets of sorcery. Okay, so there's 2 of our possible. The chat is not saying anything yet, so let's just keep going and seeing who else we have. Ooh, we have Laura Petty from Tank Girl. Boy, that no one's gonna get that reference. Tasha, of Hideous Laughter fame. She looks to be the rogue with the 5 stealth. Thank you, Mike, for getting my reference. Tasha is a buccaneer from the Splintered Islands. That I do remember that because that's where the fold in the page was, and I had to like meld the pages together on that map. So that's like right in the north of that big, large map. Buccaneer from that area, and is little more than an outright thief. She is born to the sails, and her family have lived on ships and in coastal taverns for generations. Tasha has stolen and squandered great fortunes in her time. Her extravagance and her love of a pretty face has meant she has seldom held on to money for long. Most recently, she was ripped off by her lover, Catherine of Middenmarch, a country girl who was apprenticed to Tasha. Ooh, Tasha. Hooking up with your apprentices before betraying her mistress and selling her off to slavers. Ooh, that's dramatic. Getting even with the bumptious pirate is foremost on Tasha's mind. Bumptious? Okay, that's Tasha. So we got a rogue there, and then we have Amelia Pasdane. Oh, Sir Jessica Dane. I'm assuming they're related. She appears to be... Oh, she's a spellcaster. I was about to say, it's like, why are her stats so crappy? Because it says spellcaster in bold just beneath. Amelia is the half-sister of Jessica and grew up in Fosterley Castle. So we have 2 chances to claim inheritance at Fosterley Castle. Her mother was a forester who took Amelia away from the castle when it became obvious that Baron Baldwin, her father, would take no interest in the girl. Since maturity, Amelia had lived in the wild forests of the Savage Lands, learning earth magic from the druids at that isolated place. That's kind of cool. Though slender, she has become a rugged survivor who can fend off the land and fight off wild beasts. Just looking at her survival skill 3, it's not amazing. Her magic is instinctive and much mocked by more scholarly wizards like the other butthole we just read up above us. But it is no less potent for all that. Amelia dreams of becoming a full-circle druid, but knows that she must learn before returning home to the Savage Lands. I don't know where that is. Oh, let's pull up their little stat things here. We have Amelia. We have Tasha. Where'd Amelia? There she is. Okay, and then last... And again, I'll discuss spellcasting here in a second. Ooh, I like the cut of this guy's jib. This is Akihiro of Chalice. All right, I need to settle down with the. That could be. I'll settle down with the mild Asian flair that could have been perceived wrong. But I was excited because he looks pretty dope. And then we also have Brash. He looks like a scoundrel. Akihiro. Let's start with him. Good survival, good fighting. He looks cool. Akihiro is and he's brooding. I'm all in on Akihiro. Akihiro is a brooding young man from the Valley of Bones. Oh, he's from here. Who was banished from his city when he failed in his training to become a Kensai, a sword saint of Chalice. A superb swordsman, Akihiro is his own worst enemy. He tortures himself over his failure to balance his mind and body. Since that time, Akihiro has become an adept survivor, able to find water in the driest desert and food in an empty wilderness, which is where we start. I like this guy. Though he tells himself he has given up, he longs in his heart to return to Chalice to attempt the tests again. Perhaps it is time for Akihiro to emerge from the wilderness and restore his own and his family's honor. And last is Brash, this scallywag. This is fairly well-rounded, but yeah, charismatic, stealthy. What's his health? His health is 8. I'm looking compared to Tasha, who's his 8th as well, and she's the other kind of like rogue-like character. Brash. Brash was born in Royce. We heard Royce, someone else had a connection to Royce, in the Duchy of Pendralore. Why do I do this to myself and see the fantasy words? Okay, he was a pot washer in Basthall, the stately home of Duchess Eleanor Montel, but unwisely engaged in a love triangle. Oh, Brash. In a love triangle with her and King Francis Goldwell. That's a good king name. Francis Goldwell. It sounds like a a villain from Shrek or something. Fleeing before he could be hung, Brash has since lived on his wits, traveling the world to escape the king's agents. He can talk his way out of almost anything, and his ability to escape danger is second to none. He did the crap. I was going to make the Parseps and the Millennium Falcon run, but the Castle run in 18 Parseps. That's what it's going to do. Gosh darn it. Oh, I was going to make a reference and I failed. One day, Brash will need to sort out the mess he left behind in Vasthall, but not until he has gained a little worldly experience. Okay, so Mike says that each martial class's stats adds up to 23, and each spellcaster's stats adds up to 17. Spellcasting. You at max have 6 spells. Once you cast a spell, you need like 50 gold to get components to get it again. You cannot like memorize the same spell 3 times. You have 3 spells. Once it's used, it is used. And you do not get it again until you spend a lot of money to get it back. So spell casting is very rare and kind of held. And what kind of stinks about that is, because I'm looking, we now have everyone's stats here. The spellcasters are pretty weak with their, I think the spellcaster is Lord Tiquan, and we have, and I'm happy to go back and show you the other ones. And it would have been, who was the other spellcaster? Let's see here. We have Amelia Pasdane, and we have Lord Tiquan. Those are our 2 spellcasters. But again, like, if we don't use spells, we're relying on their fighting skills, which is a 1. And Amelia is a fighter of 3, so she's more like a fighter wizard. So what are we feeling here? So he wouldn't cast, yeah, Mike, but do you remember what I said? It's like, wow, that's a high level spell, Mike. Mike's in my D&D group, and there was like this low level scrub, as he put it, just kind of like saying, hey, where are you guys going? They were kind of like behind enemy lines, and he just disintegrated him. And he's like this like really kind of funny, like doddering old wizard guy. That anyway, it was just kind of funny. So I was like, it's a high level spell. I'm like a little scrub. And so let's pick our 4 spells. He had a long day. He's trying to save the worlds, the multiverse after all. Yeah, which character I do like. I will say, I do like. We can all like vote and then and pick from there. If anyone else in the chat, hey, what's going on? So jump on in here, Elizabeth. Is this like Elizabeth, like Raven Elizabeth? Or is this someone else? Elizabeth. So many Elizabeths. This is so that's exciting. Yay. So now we can all pick one. That's yay. This is Raven in my D&D group as well. You can talk as much or as little as you want about your personal life, but this is Raven, and she's awesome. Yay. So okay, I don't know if you heard any of these, Elizabeth, but let's we are picking out our characters. If you want to you're feeling Tasha. Let's see, which one was Tasha? Oh, is that Tank Girl? Tasha for like the rogue type for the stealth. So I'm feeling Akihiro of Chalice. I'm feeling he is a decent fighter and he's like our survivalist, but he's also from this area, and this area seems to be like desert wasteland, and I feel like we'll need him, and I like his story, and he looks cool. So I'm kind of feeling him. Elizabeth, if you want me to go over them and their backstories, please let me know. Mike is feeling Lori Petty from Tank Girl, Tasha, known for her uncontrollable, hideous laughter, and oh, he did. Oh, good. So Mike, so we got kind of like a rogue, and we have kind of like a fighter slash nature dude. So I'm feeling Jessica, since spellcasting seems harsh. Sure. Jessica. Okay. So Jessica like seems pretty cool. So I think we do need to get a spellcaster then. We can leave that one to Raven as well. I'm happy for you to do Akihiro if he floats my boat. He floats my boat. I like him. I think as a spellcaster, yeah. I like Sir Jessica. She seems pretty cool. Amelia. I like Amelia over this doofus. He seems pompous and like he doesn't make friends, and I feel like there's a lot of things like if blah 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 is in your party, and it kind of says like this guy sucks, nobody likes him, and like he's only really good at lore, which is a good thing, but like I feel like Amelia at least has a 3 in fighting, and she can kind of hold her own, before we like need to use her spells as a get out of jail free card. I like her more, and she'll be with her half sister. Are they half sisters? I feel like they have the same father, but like her mom was like the kitchen wench or something like that. And she's kind of like a druid, which is kind of cool. So let's go over who we think we have. Actually, I think I'm excited about who we chose. I think these were my favorites. Brash was a little too on the nose. So we have Sir Jessica Dane. She seems pretty cool. She's firstborn. Oh, she's like a knight. She's like Brienne of Tarth kind of thing or something. Yeah. Powerful warrior, noble blood at Fosterley Castle. Lord Tiquan is a butthead and we don't care. Then we have a buccaneer from the Splintered Isles. She's a thief. Oh yeah, she's lived on ships, taverns for generations. She is obviously our rogue. We have Amelia past Dane, and Elizabeth in our group. She sadly plays with a bunch of idiots, and is just kind of the one that like sits there and lets everybody at the table just like talk all their stupid things, and they're both personally and within character. And then she kind of steps forward and like gives us the plan. She's also a mom, so it probably comes very naturally to her. And she's just a smart, well-meaning individual. So we got Amelia. This is the half-sister. She grew up. She wants to become a druid. Totally on board with that. Decent survival skill, decent fighting, decent lore. Yeah, and a spellcaster, which we'll pick her spells here in a second. And then we have Akihiro, my man. He needs to go back to the academy. Good swordsman. He's a decent fighter, good survivalist. I feel pretty good with this. We are lacking... Who's like the best fighter? We got him. Dude, I'm feeling super good. How's everybody feeling about this? But I'm feeling pretty good. How is everyone else feeling here? So we've got Tasha, Jessica. We do not have Lord Tiquan. And we have... Did we have a... oh, and then we have Akihiro. This is where I'm also known to pronounce things horribly wrong, and I can't hear you all when you're telling me I'm pronouncing things wrong. So there we go. That's our team. Because spellcasting feels harsh. Well, we only get 4, so that's the thing. We get 4. So who were we replacing then, Elizabeth? We only get 4 of the 6. So I'm just saying who is our party in general to go with. Hey, look who showed up. It's Kaspar. Kaspar from Germany. So we just picked our characters, I think. So you may be stuck with who we got. But hey, Kaspar, good to see you, bud. But we did just pick our characters, but you're still here to help us on our way or change our minds. So of these 6 individuals, we have chosen... we can only have 4. We have taken Sir Jessica Dane. She's like born to be a knight. And no, you don't have to bow and just watch. I can just tell people to roll dice. That's totally fine. Because this is going to be more just like, why don't you roll the dice for this one? I'll just say stuff like that. There is a link at the start of the chat which will open up our dice page, which is right here. And hopefully it'll let you do that, and you can just roll some dice. But that is at the start of the chat. And I don't know how well it's going to work. But we can try to see how that works when it comes to it. Let's see. So we've taken Sir Jessica Dane. Anybody correct me if I'm wrong or like someone else. Lord Tiquan is a spellcaster, but we're leaning towards a different one. Spells are very, very rare and it's seemingly hard to refill. And that seems to be all he can do, is he knows things. So he's like your typical wizard, but he also just seems to be kind of a butthole. He's handicapped by his lack of empathy, although his rich and regal voice makes up for his curtness. His charisma's too. Yeah, I'm not liking this guy. Then we picked Tasha, or I keep calling her Laura Petty from Tank Girl. She's kind of our rogue. And then we have Amelia Pasdane. She's kind of our wizard. She starts with 3 spells just like the wizard does, but she has some fighting capabilities. So we felt like she was pretty cool. And then the new people in the chat, you can help us pick the spells. I'll leave that to you guys. So we'll say that we picked these because I just said I don't care. I like Akihiro. He's awesome. Brash he's a little too scoundrelly for me. I'm not feeling Brash. He's I don't trust this dude. Plus his ability, he's charismatic. I guess that's his main thing. But womp womp. How are we feeling with our team here up 4? We good with this? Flynn Rider energy, very Flynn Rider energy. Yeah, let's get moving. It's already 7:30. This is just a short introductory. I do hope from here we're gonna play a little bit of the game. I have read and I know where it's leading, and once we get to an important point, I'll be like, okay, I don't have like the mechanics set up from a stream perspective to do what's about to happen. But let's pick our spells. And we have Caspar. I know you just showed up, and Elizabeth, you can help as well. We're going to start with 3 spells for a spellcaster who gets, these are what the skills are, blah, 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 skill checks. I'll explain when we get to it. Very easy system, which I think this is going to be super fun. I'm really excited about this. Geez, Caspar, how early in the morning is it out there? Somebody else, Storm, is from very Western Europe. They were going to try to join, but I think they probably went to sleep wisely. Or Western Africa. I could be wrong. Just the time zone they said they were in. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? We'll get to this later. Almost there. Spell list. We get 3. Oh my God, 3 a.m. Hi. You only got us for like 30 more minutes, and then we'll let you go about your day. Are you heading into work, I guess? Oh, sorry. So, if a spell says adventure, that means you can do it during the reading sections when you're reading. The paragraphs. Combat is when you are in a combat. Who knew? So that's when those, and then I feel like no, none of these are currently saying some will be adventure combat where you could use them in the adventure or in combat. So these are our spells. We only get to pick 3 of them. You can't pick the same one twice. So let's have, oh, great. Well, you have till 6, so we're only gonna be here 30 more minutes, but in the future, pay attention to my channel. I'm gonna update with chats because I'm into this one. I'm a big fantasy nerd and I'm ready to rock this. And I think this is gonna be fun for the group. So these are our spells. Animal speech. You are able to communicate using the secret speech of animals. The text will tell you when you can cast it. Recharge 50 silver. That's the thing about spells. To recharge them, you have to have money. And I need to go back and look in the rules. It's not going to come up tonight, so I'm not incredibly worried about it because I don't think we have money. But I don't know if you can just recharge it willy-nilly or you have to be in town. I think you may have to be at town, at an inn. You spend the 50 silver to recharge it. So it doesn't come along. Hey, what's up, White Hawk? Good to see you. Give us a brief where you're from. You don't have to be specific if you don't want to, but it's fun to have people on board. So we picked our 4 characters, White Hawk, and now we're just picking our spellcaster's spells, of which we get 3. Please feel free to chime in. And I do hope to be doing at least 1 or 2 of these weekly. And as I was saying, I will put a post up on my YouTube page and just like a poll or something like what day works best, and I can try to make like 90 minutes. I'll just try to make each session like 90 minutes. So that's animal speech. I digressed because White Hawk showed up and it was exciting. Poison stream. Pew! This is 2 shots. A sickly green poison jets from your hands. Make 2 immediate attacks with a fighting score of 5, which means that you throw 5 dice against 2 different opponents. So that's just like a little split shot. And 5 dice is pretty good. Like I think our best fighter, as we can see, Sir Jessica Dane, that's what she rolls. But that's against 1 target. You can do this against 2. So that's a pretty good combat spell. Armor of Heaven. This looks to be like kind of like a reaction spell. Give a +3 bonus to one party member's armor, which lasts until the end of this battle. So if somebody is hurting, Got recommended from Call of Cthulhu stream the other day, and I've been trying to get a group together, so I subscribed. Dude, thank you so much. That's awesome that you subscribed from a stream. You may be the first, and I noticed that like one person has subscribed due to my streams. Most of it's because of my goofy shorts that I do. So that's awesome. Thanks, dude. We have this like bonus to armor, which some of us may not be having armor. We have Unfailing Strike. A pillar of energy sizzles into a single foe. Choose an opponent to lose 3 health. That's not bad. That's just an instant damage. Alone Against the Flames Cthulhu was super fun. I play again. Yeah, I've already looked into, I've heard there's about 10 of those, and I'm already looking into which one to do next. There is one, it is an old school one, and it's called Alone on Halloween. But I may have plans on Halloween, but I'm called Alone in the Dork. There's a Cthulhu game. It's an old school one. I heard it's just a mess. It's fun, but it's just a mess. But it's Alone on Halloween. It's so on brand right now. Anyway, so Unfailing Strike, just hit someone. Ice Bolt. You conjure a great block of ice and hurl it at your foe with magical strength. Make an immediate attack with a fighting score of 8 against any opponent. If they have a low armor, that would do a lot of damage. Also, pay attention to the recharge. They've all been 50 currently. Wolf Spirit is the first one that goes into 75. You summon the spirit of the wolf to help you guide you from danger in the natural world. Cast this spell when you fail a survival check. You gain an additional 3 automatic successes for this check only. That's pretty cool. That's a recharge of 75. That's pretty expensive. What's nice is you do it after the roll. So if you know it's like, guys, we need 2 more successes, you go, well, this one gives us 3, so we got it. Okay? And then Magic Cabinet. So this does have a little bit of the, the kind of video game logic of, oh, let's just put something in the chest and it magically appears in the chest 8 cities away. So you summon a magical chest made of purple wood. You can use this cabinet to access the vault, storing or taking items as you wish. It's just a place to put items because we do have a limited inventory of what we can carry. So this is a way to do it while adventuring. But I believe when we're in towns, we have access to the vault. But I guess if we're out in the wilderness, we cast this spell to get our items. So, we've already got Elizabeth. See, like I said, Elizabeth, cut the chase. She votes Animal Speech, Unfailing Strike, and Ice Bolt. I can make a poll. I don't think I can do enough for all of these, but I can't. My polls are like at 4, but so we definitely have those. 1 adventure spell would be good to have, either Animal Speech or Wolf Spirit. Poison Stream, 2 tough hits, or Unfailing Strike, auto damage are both nice. So Unfailing Strike again is 3 health, and then that Ice Bolt is up to 8. So I guess just say probably about 4 ish, but 3 automatic. You know you're going to do 3. That's kind of nice as well. So what's everybody feeling for these? Again, we have 1, 2, 3 adventure spells, and you in the wild or wherever, we will find more spells, and a spellcaster can hold up to 6. So you can find them, learn them, and add them to your repertoire. So we've got let's see if I can do a poll here. And then again, like I said, we're going to do just a little bit of the adventure, just to get a taste for how it works, and then so we can really just hit the ground running next time. Let's see how many options I can have for this thing. Caspar says Animal Speech, Ice Bolt, Wolf Spirit. That seems similar to what Mike is saying. Yeah, I can only do, I think only do 4. I can't add any other options. That's annoying. So I'm going to just take the ones that I see the most of. So we've got Animal Speech. Seems to be popular. Unfailing Strike. Yeah, Poison Stream. Ice Bolt and Wolf Spirit seem to be... So let's say, just based off of what we have currently, let's get rid of... Yeah, okay, everyone's kind of... Let's get rid of Magic Cabinet. Unfailing Strike seems good. Not entirely certain how good it is compared to the other. I know, see, that's the thing. We don't quite know what we're getting into. But everyone seems to be leaning... What do we got here? I guess the big question is, everyone's like, let's get one adventure spell. Are we leaning Animal Speech or Wolf Spirit? Let's just make that one. And I will make a poll for that one. Animal Speech, Wolf Spirit. This will be our one adventure spell, and then we'll have like 2 combat spells. How's that sound? So I'm putting a poll for that. Animal Speech, Wolf Spirit. Here's a poll coming in, I think. And then after that poll, I'm gonna have. Then we will do a. We'll do, and let me know. You guys have a better idea when the poll closes than I do, because I can't watch the results because I can stop it when it hits what I want. I'm assuming that's what's happening, so I can't see what's happening. But 3, 2, 1, end poll. Animal Speech it is. Wolf Spirit sounds pretty cool, but Animal Speech is pretty cool too. So Animal Speech, that's our first spell. Now I'm doing one more poll, and this is going to be what, and we'll take the top 2, what combat spell that we want. So let's do Poison Stream. Poison in the stream. That is what we are. Armor. I have the feeling Armor of Heaven is not going to make it because no one has mentioned that one yet. We have Unfailing Strike. Please forgive typos. I'm just, in a hurry. I want to get to the adventure. Unfailing Strike and Ice Bolt. Here we go. So we're going to take the top 2. Watch it be tied. Well, that'd be cool if it's tied. But watch it be tied 3 ways. Yeah, exactly, White Hawk. Let's hope in case great minds thinking alike and not fools ever differing. That is, that's wise. Alrighty. So again, we're going to end like 20 minutes, which is, I think, going to get us right to where I want to get us. Woo. Which is good, because I've been like working on the computer so much, my eyes are like already watering. Okay, looks like we're done. It says 80%, but maybe that means 80% chose Unfailing Strike. So maybe it's telling me right now what's winning. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing. Here we go. Been pounding those water. Actually, I think it is the Waterloos. Whew. All right, here we go. I ended it. Where'd it go? Where's my results? I ended the poll. Where did it go? That's annoying. I don't see my poll results. Oh, there it is. Okay, great. Unfailing Strike, and somebody voted Ice Bolt. There we go. So those are our spells, which I'm totally happy with. And then what I'm going to do is for next session, I'll have like a character sheet page, or I'll figure out a way where we can see like our characters and their stats and what they're carrying and stuff like that. That's why I didn't want to get too far tonight anyway. And it's getting close to Morgan's bedtime. So, Unfail Strike. We had Animal Speech. And we had Ice Bolt. Yep. Great. Let us begin. Okay. This is probably only going to take about maybe 10, 15 minutes. Like I said, I read up until a moment, and then it seemed like, oh, this seems like a good place to go. Ooh, okay. Can you guys hear me okay over the background music? I keep putting these in on occasion just to make sure music's on and stuff like that, but there's a delay from when I speak to when I hear myself, and it sounds crazy. And I just can't focus. And then I hear my voice, and I hate my voice like everybody hates their voice. So, okay. Actually, I bet Morgan Freeman really likes his voice. And I bet James Earl Jones did too, even though he was a stutterer, which is pretty cool. That's why he got into theater, is because he was actually good when he had set lines to say. He lost his stutter when he did that, but no, James Earl Jones was a stutterer. Rest in peace. Okay, let's go. Let's turn to 1 and begin our adventure. Yeah, he hates his own voice too. Who doesn't like him? Yeah. Hey, where you at in Canada? We are Elizabeth, Mike, and I are in the Seattle area, so we're not far from Canada, at least Vancouver. We're just a little kick away, but yeah, we're definitely we're on the western side of the world here. Just sir, when the world blows up, we're running your way. I try not to get too overly political, but running your way. Okay. In Morgan, Morgan is in Missouri. Kaspar, if Kaspar's still there, Kaspar is in Germany. And yeah, I think that's where everyone is. Okay, let's begin. You stir into consciousness, heat and blazing sunlight, the slow rumble of a wagon, heavy chains upon your limbs. You groan, your mouth dry, your stomach empty. As your eyes focus, you can see your companions, fellow survivors, off to a great start, fellow survivors of the brutal pirate attack. Come on, Tank Girl, we had Tank Girl, crushed together with you upon the floor of a rolling wagon. You remember little since then, except vowing to your newfound friends that you would stick together, come what may. You're relieved to see that they're still alive, but where are you? Gazing through the bars of the wagon, your eyes focus on the blazing yellow-gray desert. To your left, filling the sky, are the stone walls. That was that big mountain range to our north. A massive, and I guess I could just read, a massive and impenetrable mountain range that divides the barbarian kingdoms of the south from the antique and mysterious lands of Drake Hollow. But which side of the new range are you? The answer becomes immediately apparent as you look beyond the smelly dragon yaks. Oh, those sound cool and gross. Which are ponderously hauling your cage. A vast, crumbling city of minarets and rundown adobe buildings fills the view. The sting in the air and on your lips tells you what you need to know. This is Salt Dad, cruel throne of the tyrant Iron King, one of a half-dozen tin-pot dictators in the barbaric Valley of Bones. You are far from civilized lands here. Thin-faced slavers with spears rattle the sides of your cage, barking at you to get down. You slump on your hindquarters. For the moment, there is nothing you can do with you and your companions in chains, but you swear that you will regain your freedom and start your lives anew. But first, you must survive the horrors of slavery. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to jump us to the map just to see where we are. We're in Salt Dad. So right there, the stone wall, right in dead center in the map. That is dead center on the north part. That is where we are. We're in Salt Dad. Chalice is where, gosh darn it, it's reversed. That way? That's so weird. That is where Akiro, or whatever his name is, that's where he wants to go back to. So just an idea of where everybody is here. So let's keep going. All right, and I believe, wait, this is not hyperlinked, but I think when I buy the actual module, it will be hyperlinked, which is exciting. But let's just go to 35. I can scroll. I have the technology. It said 35, right? It's probably gonna be better when it's hyperlinked, so I won't be such an idiot. 35. Okay. Didn't want any spoilers or to get confused. Ooh, who's that little waif? The slavers have sold you to the dreaded Salt Dad Arena, a grim place where the poor and criminals alike fight to the death for the savage entertainment of the crowd. If you have code A1, so I need to make an inventory as well, which I haven't created for codes. If you have different codes, C17. If not, read on. If this is the first time you've been sold to the Salt Dad Arena, God, I hope it doesn't happen again. It's not in any of our backstories. Turn to 77. All right, that's just... ooh, that looked like Juggernaut from X... Kind of looked like Juggernaut from the old X-Men cartoons. Whoa! Spoilers! Ooh. Okay, 77. I'm getting excited by the old school artwork is fun. It's reminding me of books of the time period I loved. Okay, the Salt Dad Arena is the second largest complex in the city, which only the ancient palace of the city looming larger. Okay. Its dungeons go deep into the earth, where the prisoners, slaves, and monstrous animals are kept in large vaults, with only the feeblest light pouring through barred arches set high in the ceilings. Your quarters are a large and ancient hall, whose walls bear the sigils and faded murals of a more civilized age. Within this chamber are crammed nearly 100 hungry captives, sleeping rough upon the gravel floor and relieving themselves in stinking buckets stacked in a far corner. You ask about feeding arrangements. Yes, sir, what are the feeding arrangements? From one of your fellow prisoners, who give you hollow looks. You'll know when it happens, he warns. Suddenly, a hatch at the top of the hall is swung open, and the barely cooked carcass of a mountain goat is dropped carelessly, thunk, into the middle of the hall. There's a great crush as the prisoners surge as one to tear off the strips of flesh from the animal. A group of strong men from Law's Breath, slaves like you, batter the crowd away with threats, claiming first rights over the animal. You are starving. Okay, here we go. Let's I'm gonna take a poll on this one because we do have a few, which is exciting. Welcome everyone. I'm still pretty new, so I really appreciate this. I did a bunch of shorts to get subscribers in the hopes that eventually I could get you poor bastards to come on here and play games with me. So it seems to be working. So let's, do we want to challenge them? Do we want, oh, butts. I wrote challenge twice, just deal with it. Do we want to challenge them? Do we want to side with them? Or do we want to wait for our turn? And then I'll just get rid of this. Don't be a jerk. There we go. Okay, so I will reread the options here in a second. So, do we challenge the men to first rights over the meat? Do we try to side with the men to ensure that we get something? Or do we wait our turn and then eat? So what is everybody feeling right now? And then what we'll do is, I think Mike and Morgan were the only ones on here to begin with. I will probably have them make the rolls. But in the future, my hope is we will either rotate who rolls. I'll assign the little link for where we can virtually roll dice. Or I honestly don't care. If you have 6-sided dice, just roll them, use the honor system, and just tell us what you get. Because honestly, failing is really kind of just part of the fun. Because I do nothing but fail. Watch my Cthulhu stream. You know it happens nonstop. And it keeps bringing me back. That's what makes this different from other games, is the possibility of failure and luck. And sometimes it just tells better stories. So, all right, let's end this poll. It looks like Challenge may have won. Oh, wow, that was split. We had 60% Challenge. Can you guys see the results? I'm assuming you can, but it was 60% wants to challenge, 20% side, 20% wait. Fight, fight, fight. Okay, so we did say we are going to challenge them. So let's go to 42. I'm liking this. This is fun. I'm so excited about this. I wish books kind of like this kind of existed when I was a kid, but I guess I didn't know about them or have access to them. But this has gotten really, really great reviews. I heard the combat. I read up on it. I did my homework a little bit more for this stream. I heard combat can be tricky if it's a lot of enemies, but if it's like one big bad, usually it goes better in your favor. Okay, who cares? Puffing yourself up, you and your companions put on a brave show before the slaves, shoving them hard and roaring bold threats. This will require a good deal of bravery and force. Threaten the greedy slaves. This is a team check. So what this means is 2 of our characters do this. So what it says, you will see, I wonder if I can highlight this. No, I gotta do it here. Where was it at? Threaten the greedy slaves, team check. Okay, great, I can. Skill and DC, fighting 4. Okay, so we are using like our brawn to do this. So fighting 4 means we need our top 2 fighters, which is Sir Jessica Dane, or we can use whoever we want, but you want the people who are best at it. You want Sir Jessica Dane, which gives us 5 dice. And then we would have Akihiro, which is 4. That's pretty decent. That's 9 dice. So our top 2 at something would both roll. Mike and Morgan, since you had, the Zork books back in the day, exactly. If you have the ability to roll the dice on the on the screen, one of you, we'll just say Morgan, you are Sir Jessica Dane. So you would roll 5d6. You would click the little d6 down on the bottom, and it should like pop up on the screen how many times. And it may not work, and then I'll roll it and we'll fail. But again, I'm still trying things out. That's why I didn't want to get too far into tonight, because I need to work a little bit on the bells and whistles. But if you can roll 5d6, Sir Jessica Dane, or just roll it at home and tell us the answer. And Mike, you're going to be taking Akihiro. Ooh, there's one. Ooh, there we go. I see a 6, 3, 2, 2, 1. Okay, success required 4. So you will see You rolled a 3, 2, 1, 1. When you rolled, I saw 5 dice. Oh, was that you, Mike? That was the 5? So I saw 1, 6. So we want a 4. Is what we want. You a 4 plus, and I think, Mike, you only rolled 46. So roll. That's all Akihiro should have rolled. So Jessica Day needs to roll 5. Rolls 5 dice. We need a success is a 4 plus, and we need 4 successes. So I believe, Mike. I don't know if it showed up. Yeah, I did not see anything pop up, Morgan. So for me, what it looks like when I click it, like I would just click a D6 down at the bottom, and then it would say D6, 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 and then I click the roll button, and then it rolls it. That's a good roll. Yeah, that was Mike's roll that you saw, Elizabeth. So yeah, we got 1 success. How does our fighting scores factor in, if at all? That was our fighting score. Our fighting score is how many dice we rolled. So for instance, Mike, you rolled for Sir Jessica Dane. You rolled for Akihiro. His fighting is 4, so you should have rolled 4 dice. That's what that means. Sorry if I didn't explain that super clearly. So if you look up at the top left, Akihiro has a fighting score of 4, which means when he fights, he rolls 4 dice. And you can see right here where it says, gotta get down where I can, these guys want you to get a 4 plus counts as a hit, basically. And then we need to get 4 of those. So we still do need Morgan to roll the, and again, that's why we're just working out the bells and whistles of this. And then, so for the next session, we can hit the ground running and we can do this just fine. So we still do need Morgan to roll the 5. Where do I change it? You can just keep clicking the dice icon and it'll just start popping up. If you keep clicking, yeah, Akihiro's a bit parched, so his swings went a little wild. And again, he doesn't have his weapon. He wants his katana blade. So if at least for me, I just keep clicking. Okay, there's 1. You have 4 more. If you did do that, Morgan, we need to do that. Oh, here we go. 6, 4, 4, 6. Yes, we got it. Good job. So that is it. We needed, we may have rolled 1 too many dice in that, all said and done, but who cares? We're learning. I don't care. It's about telling fun stories. And I didn't roll, so it seems like we succeeded. So again, just to tell everyone what happened, I know I'm beating a dead horse right now. No problem, Morgan. No problem at all. So Sir Jessica Dane. So, and for the rest of you, when you do get in on the chat, I will put this link on there, and then I may just rotate who gets to roll. Because again, my point is I want everyone to be able to play along. I don't want to sit here in a vacuum and play a game by myself. Because I don't. I have a lot of solo board games, and I love to play them, like Frosthaven and Gloomhaven. I'll just sit there and play all by myself. This is different. Okay, so we succeeded. I hope that made better sense. Maybe next session I'll explain it a little bit better. But we are running slower on time, which is fine because we're almost to the point where we need to be. If you succeed, turn to 6. Good job, team. Again, it's a pretty simple system, and combat is actually pretty similar to that. We all act first, and then they act. Your physical strength and martial technique, except for you, Akihiro, intimidate the slaves who grumble and back down, allowing you to rip the choicest and best cooked flesh of the goat first. One of the slaves, a fellow called Tamul, mutters dark warnings about revenge. Snarling at him, yeah, missing tooth, yeah. I swear I'm getting it fixed. I have a film coming up. It's such bad timing. Okay. Snarling at him, you retreat to a corner to finish your food. Oh, here we go. We gained a code. Gain code A2 and turn to 29. Yes, right. Bring it, says Morgan. Okay, 29. Ooh, there's the waif again. You are almost relieved when the cruel overseers of the arena call you out of the filthy living hall for your first battle. You are fed water by children in neck chains. This is reminding me of like where Daenerys was to an extent. One of the many places she was at. A narrow, dusty chamber who present it to you in deep bowls from which you are expected to slurp. One of the children, a pretty blonde girl called Milagros, quietly advises you to keep to the edge of the arena and not to engage in the central melee. Don't use magic, she hisses. They'll take your tongue. This game, I think, can get pretty dark, so they may actually do that. Guards push you on before you can question her further. You are unchained and shoved into the gate rooms. Through the heavy portcullis, you can hear the crowd muttering in anticipation. You can see a number of crude weapons laid out for selection. Any party members may take a single crude blade, fighting 0, which means it doesn't add to your fighting skill. But if you don't have a weapon, your fighting stat is reduced by 1. So everybody has a blade. At least. There's going to be more to divvy out. I'm just leaving a note. So again, if we didn't have a weapon at all, everything would be -1. So Sir Jessica would roll 4 dice instead of 5. And that didn't count in the previous instance because we didn't need the swords. We were like puffing up our chests. You may take a single cruel blade. In addition, a single wooden shield, armor 2. And how armor works is, I need to recheck this. You are allowed to block incoming damage after you are hit. You can like reduce it by 2, or maybe you roll 2 dice and you have the chance of negating damage to you. When we do take damage, we spread it out however we want, unless we drift off a little solo side quest, which we can do, I've heard. So anyway, we do have the shield and a maul, which is a fighting +1, and that asterisk means it's two-handed. So the person can't have the maul and the shield. So we basically, who are we giving the shield to? And who are we giving the maul to? The children yearn for the Colosseum. Slaver's Bay. Thank you, Mike. 2 strategies for armor. Give it to the strongest or the weakest. Exactly. I mean, honestly, who is the weakest? Amelia. She's kind of dope. She's like a fighter mage. I really dig Amelia. And she's here with her half-sister, Sir Jessica. Tasha got into a little lover's spat on the high seas, and Akihiro just wants to bring back honor to his family. What a cool group of people. So what are we feeling? You know what? Should we pull it? And honestly, we're really close to where we're going to stop tonight, because I don't know quite yet how I want to set up combats, but I'll probably move to another screen where we can easily like mark down hit points and stuff like that. So that's why, but we're really close to where we're ending. I'll read the flavor text before the combat, but I read up to the combat. I was like, this is awesome. I'm doing this. But I wanted to get us here, and this seems like a good way to do it. But yeah, let's, I'll just do a poll real quick. Start a poll. Shield. Oh, and interestingly enough, I can do 4 choices. So we can do Akihiro. I mean, feel free to also just everybody start answering. I don't care. And then because if everyone says the same thing, then I don't have to make these polls. So also right now, while I'm making this poll, feel free to say who you want to have the maul. So I will put this poll up as well. But so the poll is for who gets the shield. And then here we go. Thank you, Mike. He says the blade should go to Akihiro. In the shield to a maul. No, I think everybody gets a blade, Mike. So the blade, it says any party member may take a single crude blade. That is just giving us, the people who don't, it's giving us all a weapon that does nothing, but we have a weapon. So we don't need to worry about the blade. Everybody has the blade. I think that's what it says. How does the maul work? It's a 2-handed weapon, and it makes your fighting skill +1. So if Sir Jessica Dane had it, she would roll 6 dice, because she would have 5 for her just natural stats, and then 1 because she has the weapon, and it's just a 2-handed weapon. That's what the asterisk means. So she couldn't hold the shield. Oh, it looks like, Amelia, 100%. So Amelia gets the shield. Again, that makes sense because she's has the least amount of health. And then we have, sorry, I'm just writing notes. And then maul. So we have Jessica with the maul, which makes sense. She would roll more dice. We have Dane with the maul. So let's see. Oh, when you wrote Dane Whitehawk, did you mean Sir Jessica Dane or Amelia Past Dane? We got two. We got the half sisters. But it's looking like shield, sword. It's leaning Amalia for the one who already hits the hardest to have the maul. Jessica, great. That's what it is. So Jessica has the maul. All right. So everybody everybody has the blade. I mean, even Amalia, it sounds like to me has a crude dagger or a sword or whatever it's called, the crude blade. Again, it's just to prevent her from having a -1 to her stats. Let's see if this will go. Give Jessica the mall, says Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth, we're doing it. All too soon, the portcullis opens to a roar from the crowd. Blinking in the glare of the sun, you merge into the deathly arena. And I'm going to go ahead and buy this because I don't care about you guys. I love this. And the color of this is matching my skin tone, which is very pale. So that's pretty fun. So we are going to, I think it's at 89. I got excited about how pale I am. Was it 89? Woo, look at that. Again, I love the artwork. It's so reminiscent of like when I started playing D&D. This was so similar to the artwork. There's an almost full crowd in the huge arena, with rich and poor alike rubbing shoulders on long wooden benches. On the sandy and bloodstained floor of the arena are a number of bones and skulls, artfully left to bleach in the sun. You can see that all 10 gatehouses have opened, disgorging teams of poorly armored slaves. Some are fearless men and women from Chalice, who do not so much as flinch as the crowd roars for their blood. Bold barbarians of La's breath hold their arms. That's how you say it, La's breath. Hold their arms and weapons high as they seek endorsement from the bloody-minded crowd. Are you not entertained? Most of the warriors, however, look more like frightened peasants, mere fodder for the skilled warriors of the arena. Sitting high above the arena, upon a throne-like seat, is the Iron King himself, a black-bearded, middle-aged man with a jagged iron crown sitting proudly on his skull. Next to him stands his bodyguard. Ooh, we gotta kill the bodyguard. The fearsome Malranak, the Death Engine. That's a dope name. The solid metal golem. Oh, that was Juggernaut, I bet. The solid metal golem was cast in the Elder Age of sorcery and has turned aside the blades of a dozen assassins. At a cold and distant motion from the king, the battle begins. One team of excited youths from the gate adjacent to you make a sudden rush, hoping to catch you off guard. The crowd roars in joy. The bloodshed is about to begin. You must fight! And that is where we will end for this session. I am so freaking stoked to do this. The rest of you, Life of the Party, Malranak the Death Engine. I am going to, here, probably tonight, just put up when works for everybody. I think my nights are fairly free to do like 90 minutes here and there. I am Pacific time, so it needs to be a little bit later for me. That said, to my friends over far away, here at some point, I don't know if it'll be this game, but I'll have my days free when my show opens, and I run my show for like 3 months, and my days will be free, so I may actually start doing stuff during the days, because I do have some people in Europe that watch me for whatever reasons. Thank you so much. This turnout is great. Like, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I'm having a great time with this, and I think we're just getting the hang of this. I'm picturing some king of short sword, like a gladius. That makes sense. Yeah, so I'm just gonna put up. Like my next episode 2, when works for everyone, and I'll try to work around when works best for everybody. Mike, Morgan, as always, thank you. You've been here from the beginning, and you do not have to make every episode of this. What's up with the code A2? Is that like a piece of paper? No, the code A2 just means we ran across it earlier when we get somewhere, and it says if you have code A2, go to this paragraph. So it's saying we've already changed the world a little. This game starts, yeah, that's to keep track of. We're starting a little on rails as we learn the game, and then I literally think this entire place opens up for us to explore and get rumors and just do stuff. Death is death. There is no coming back from it. So it's pretty, we gotta be putting on our thinking caps. All right, guys, thank you so much. Morgan, we went 4 minutes over. Get some sleep. Don't worry about it, Whitehawk. Dude, so thank you so much for coming out, Whitehawk. That's awesome. I hope to see you again soon. Caspar, if you're still there, thank you so much for joining. It's awesome to have you. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you so much. And this is the awkward moment where I try to find how to turn this off. I need to do that. Oh, found it.